Okay, hey everybody. So we're going to talk about today what to do if you have made a bunch of, blocks and you don't have an official pattern on to follow if you want to put it together. Okay, so I've seen a lot of questions about that, so we're going to go over how to calculate that stuff. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm going to do a 9 patch, right? But I want to put sashing in between the blocks, okay? So what I've done is essentially drawn it out, right? So we have our 3 blocks, right? And then in between each one of these is 10.5, right? So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at 6 pieces at 10.5 inches, right? So, but you have to put those on first before what's your finished block, right? So, I'm going to cut them at 2.5 inches because I want the sashing to be 2 inches. So don't forget that you have to add in your 1/4 of an inch that's going to be taken off of each side of your sashing. Okay, so make each side of your sashing 1/2 inch larger than you actually want it to be when it's on your quilt. All right. So once you're done putting this whole row together, what you're going to have is 10 inches plus 2 inches plus 10 inches plus 2 inches plus 10 inches, right? Which is 34 inches, right? So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those at 34 inches, okay? So once you get all of those together, so you have to remember this eventually is going to be 10 inches, okay? So it's going to be 10 inches, 10 inches, 2 inches, right? So 2 inches, 10 inches, 2 inches, 10 inches, 2 inches, 10 inches, 2 inches, right? Once all of that is, so if you add all of that together, right, what you're going to get is 38 inches. So you'll need 2 pieces for the side at 38 inches, right? So if you add all of that up, you get 195 inches of 2.5 inch sashing, okay? So this is the remaining fabric I have. It's 37 inches long by 23 inches long. And I'm always showing you how to calculate, can I get 195 inches cut out of this, right? Because I hate to start cutting something and realize I don't have enough fabric, right? So you have 195 inches that we need to complete this, divided by the length of your fabric, which is 37 inches, gives us 5.27 cuts, but I always round it up, so we need 6 cuts, right? So at that point, you know you have 195 inches, but can you cut it out of the length of it? So we have 23 inches of fabric, so 6 times 2.5 inches is 15 inches, okay? So 15 inches is less than our remaining 23 inches, so yes, we can cut 6 runs of 37 inches out of our 23-inch length fabric, and we can get, it's just going to be more than 195 because we rounded up, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and I'll come back when we start sewing the rows together. Alright guys, so here's what we got. We have all of our pieces that I explained earlier cut out. So we're just going to sew 3 rows of this, and then sew the sashing in between those rows and on the top and bottom, and then we're going to sew the sashing onto the 2 sides. I'm going to clip this on, okay, and then I'm going to sew it from the back to make sure I don't cut off any of my points, and I'm going to show you that in just a second, okay? Okay, so right here we can see where the end of our point is from this sewing line, okay? So we want to go just to the right of that sewing line, okay, to make sure we don't cut off our points. So when we do our 1/4 inch on the side, so just come right outside the end of that point, all right? Okay, so I'll do the other 2 rows and I'll be right back. Alright, hey guys, we've got it all together, and here's what it ended up looking like after we added our sashing, and I added a border of 2.5 inch squares around the outside, and I'm going to add a 4-inch border around the whole entire outside, but I ran out of this gray, so I'll just get something. But that's what it ended up looking like. And it ended up being 45 by 45. Alright, I hope you enjoyed it.